really made a really big difference for me. And some things that continue to this day where I definitely feel better. And I feel better in my personal life, and I feel better in my professional life. I feel like I'm a better leader because I can be more attuned, and I can be more in control, and I can be more also been compassionate. Like I can be better at a lot of the different things that I do. It's an amazing job. I love it. I love connecting with our community and people affected by epilepsy. But it's pretty relentless. You're never done. I powered through the first couple of years of COVID, worked super hard all the time, all day, every day, trying to keep the business going, keep the people. Like, I felt actually the first year or so, no problem, right? This isn't impacting me. I'm fine. I'm strong. We can do this. I would say the last 6 months, my life is falling apart. I'm being hyperbolic, but it's like the pressure lifted, and I realized all of the things I have been doing and all of the things I haven't been doing. I've taken care of the business, I've taken care of the staff, I've taken care of our community. I haven't taken care of myself. And I started to realize, like, wow, what happened to my friends? What happened to my fitness? What happened to my sleep? What happened to all these other things? And I didn't really have... I would say that wasn't a lot of like conscious thoughts, but it definitely sort of started to feel like, oh, my life looks a lot different than it did a couple of years ago. I think it gave me some space, right? Some distance in between a lot of the stuff I was feeling, right? And to realize that a lot of what I'm feeling, maybe I'm making myself feel that way because of how I'm thinking about this situation, right? Like, but that, I think it gives you just this freedom of like, I don't have to listen to this. I don't have to believe this. I don't have to act on this because this isn't me, right? This is the thoughts running through my head, but it's not me. And so I have the ability to let them pass by or counter them or choose a different path or listen and lie on the floor and cry. But, most of the time, choose a different path. But the exercises, right? This isn't just something that we talk about once a week, but this is something that I need to be thinking about. I need to, and for the program, like I have to think about this every day. I have to write something down. I have to, and that sort of habit of, that intentionality behind it of, I'm going to pay attention to this thing. I'm going to write down these ideas. I'm going to whatever. That was a great tool for me. As someone who's overscheduled, always 150 unanswered voicemails, right? Just always so much to do. Having to carve out every day, even if it was 5 minutes or 10 minutes, to just say, okay, I need to make sure I'm going to do this thing or listen to this or whatever it is, was really helpful for me and really, I think, put me on a better trajectory of intentional time for self-care. Like I always do, I pulled out my phone so that I could check email or scroll Facebook or whatever, and realized, like, I don't have to be mindless and mindless scrolling and mindless whatever. I can be mindful and practice some of these things I've learned, right? Practice some of this mindfulness. And so I spent those, 5 or 6 minutes practicing those deep breathing, relaxation techniques. And when I have those breaks now, I don't have the habit, yes, sometimes, but not always, of let me just numb my mind with mindless social media scrolling. I did this program with my team, which I was anxious about, just because I feel, again, like afraid to show vulnerability, like I need to project this confident, whatever, self. And so, I did have some hesitation about like going through a program like this and kind of being open and vulnerable about what is happening in my life and how I'm feeling and how I'm doing. But that was ultimately great, for people to see me as more of a whole person. And they don't need to know the intimate details of my life, but for them to realize that, yeah, this person understands what I feel because she feels it too, right? And was really good. And so being able to come to the office and people to know me on a deeper level, for me to know them on a deeper level, lets me also feel free to take a mental health day, right? I want them to, but I feel like maybe I have the freedom to do that too, and our organization, I absolutely believe we are at our best when our people are at their best, and they're at their best when they can bring their whole self to work. And sometimes their whole self is a kind of a hot mess. But with a program like this, feel validated and be coached and find encouragement and tools and that sort of thing. I mean, there's but multiple times since then, totally unprompted, someone has brought it up to me. On somebody's mid-year review, which we did, a couple weeks ago, so weeks after the program ended. Somebody wrote in their self-assessment about how much this program meant to them and how it is really, changing their idea of their need for self-care and their, she realized she wanted to continue doing things like this because it was so impactful for her. Somebody else in just a meeting the other day said, I realized she's like, I realized I had 10 minutes between calls, and I knew from Mark's program that I could do 10 minutes of yoga, and that would be better than no yoga at all. And so I did. And just people, multiple times people have said, oh, after the Thrive program, now I do that, or thanks to the Thrive program, which has been cool because you kind of expect that when you ask for it. Like, all right, employees, I just invested in your wellness. How important was it to you? And they're like, oh, it was very, very important. But, for people to, out of the blue or unsolicited, to say like, wow, that really made a difference. Or I learned this thing in this program and now I'm doing this. Somebody, is meditating every day when they weren't able to keep up a streak before. So just a lot of different individual things. But being able to offer a program like this demonstrates to them that I'm willing to let them give up their work hours, their time during the day to do this work. And it demonstrates that I value this part of their lives. I value who they are as people. I value their health. It really, I think, helped strengthen, rebuild, or build better relationships among the staff. I mean, they were, I think, maybe that wasn't the intention. I mean, the intention is for each person to sort of focus on their own thing, but do this in this accountable kind of space. But the byproduct was everybody knows each other on a deeper level. Everybody knows, how to hold each other accountable, maybe, but also with compassion. I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to do this. Seriously, like it is, again, it's made me look good because I'm offering this to people. But it shows people that we care and that we're a caring organization and that we value, again, the whole person. It's not just how productive are you, but it's like how good are you?